Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What it do? Shuttleworth the God, aka the GOAT artist, LB, Lauderdale boss, the Soul Wars creator, RingGangRadio.com in the building.
Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What up? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's get it.
Hey, Bodega P, straight from the sewer today. As always, keeping the city safe, from all types of mutated creatures and talking brains and turtles, helping the turtles and ninjas and all types of shit, And as always, we salute you for your service. So, today we actually get to talk about something that we haven't done in about 5 months, actually doing previews for a fight. Now, I know you're wondering, it's like, well, we had fights during the summer. We did have fights during the summer, but there were fights that not necessarily were worthy of us actually really talking about in too much detail or at all, and although we appreciated the fights, we watched them, we were entertained by most of them. They weren't fights, that we were like, okay, we need to preview this shit and
they didn't move the needle enough to compel us to preview and make predictions like we're known for doing.
Right. And even as the cards, have slightly up, slightly up their quality, we were, although we appreciated it, it wasn't to that point yet until this coming weekend. We have some fights now that not only will move the needle, but will also probably determine how certain things are going to go in a division. The first card we want to talk about is Eddie Hearn's card. Now, if you've been watching the Fight Camp series, they're club cards. Basically a lot of English level talent and whatnot. But for the most part, they've been entertaining. If you're just bored of watching it, they've actually been plenty of fades. The women are fighting, and there's some fades in there and all that. And this is the fourth and the final series of that. With headlined by two big fights. I guess I'll start with the co-main, which is a rematch from one of our favorite fights from last year. Katie Taylor versus Delfine Persoon 2. For all the women lightweight titles. Like I said, the first fight, when we were watching it, we didn't expect much from it. I mean, we were like, okay, Katie Taylor's gonna win, and they're gonna praise her, and then keep it moving. Instead, what happened was a fight that nearly outshined Ruiz and Joshua. Almost, the upset, unfortunately, did take hold, and and all that. But Katie Taylor and Delfine Persoon put on a brawl for 10 rounds. A brawl of it was a nonstop pressure, and you saw Katie Taylor put under pressure that she had never been under before. And some even think that Katie Taylor may have even lost that fight.
A lot of people thought she lost that fight.
Yeah, no, I did too.
The card was filled with L's and questionable decisions.
Right.
I feel like we're saying that every weekend now. I forget, we're back to boxing now. It's every weekend. It's a questionable decision. So,
I thought Ray Robinson beat Josh Kelly.
Yeah, so did I. So, and Josh Kelly is a Hearn fighter. So it's like you're thinking like that. Okay, if he Josh Kelly had to get the gift draw, and then Katie Taylor's like, I can't have Katie losing. And then of course eventually Joshua, the boxing gods, was like, we gotta, karma. You have to eventually, he has to eventually even out. So
that's how I look at that shit. It had to even out. Like, hold on, you can't get two close calls in a row for your team.
Yeah.
Somebody got to come home as a loser.
Yeah, someone has to go home without their zero or their belts. And unfortunately that was Joshua. But Katie Taylor, Delfine Persoon, like I said, it was hard. It was nothing but it was probably, along with the Estrada, super bad fight, was probably probably the best women fights that you've seen all year. Like it was great, and the outrage on the Taylor Persoon division fight was great. they were like, okay, we gotta do it again. Now, originally it was supposed to be Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, but money issues kind of killed that fight, or whatever you want to believe. So Persoon had been, she had been on social media wanting a fight, and she got it now. So we got a rematch, and I think it's unfortunately it's only probably 2-minute rounds, 10 rounds, and all that stuff, which is like, you wish it could be more 3-minute rounds, but what can you do? They haven't gone on the board with that yet. But LB, man, how do you see this fight going?
I feel like we're gonna get another barn burner. We're gonna get another classic. Persoon knows that she has to even be more decisive than last time. I think she might, just keep going for it. She got an awkward style that seemed to really bother Taylor, and I don't know if Taylor was prepared for all of that. Maybe she's better prepared for it now. It's not like, this fight been a while in the making. Originally, it was supposed to be Amanda Serrano, but that fell through. So I feel like we're gonna get a better version of both people, but it's really hard to say who's gonna win, man.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I think the biggest thing was Persoon's work rate was just incredible. Like, she didn't get tired, and Taylor. Obviously she's in shape, but I don't think she was in the shape to deal with that type of pressure, or hadn't dealt with that type of pressure before. So it was like, I get she might have like mentally panicked a little bit and was just doing what, she didn't make no adjustments to it. She just threw as hard as often as she could in the first fight. Yeah, so I would imagine that the second time around, like, she probably has an actual plan, to counteract all that. I still expect Persoon, like Stimmer, to give Taylor all types of trouble. I still because I just don't see how Taylor's going to handle that. And then of course Persoon's awkward punching, over there, because I know we were laughing at that shit for the first couple of rounds, and then to them shit started landing.
That shit was like super effective.
Yeah, I don't know how that punch. I would have thought that Taylor would have adjusted to that, but she didn't. She kept on getting caught round after round after round.
And not to say that Taylor didn't make it competitive and close, because she landed some good shots and she was throwing like her life depended on it. But at the end of the day, she couldn't really, phase Persoon.
No, she was too determined. I think she was in her zone. Like, nothing was affecting her. She was just moving forward, doing what she was doing. And honestly, that's all you can ask for sometimes. With some fighters, just to really show that. And like I said, I thought Persoon won the fight. LB thought Persoon won the fight. Everyone thought Persoon won the fight. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how both these ladies look like come fight night. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely feel we have we definitely have another classic on our hands. This shit is gonna be super long.
It's probably the biggest, the most anticipated women's boxing match all year to me.
Yeah, I can believe it, because I don't think there's nothing really else on the women's calendar after that. So
we just had Brockus McCaskill, and I guess that was anticipated, but not like this.
Right. This one, everyone's like, because pretty much like everyone knows. How hard it is to win over boxing crowd with women's fights, and that one did. Like before, usually, unfortunately, like a women's fight for most people is like, okay, I'll take a break to do something. Or if you watch on TV, you look in the seats or whatever in the crowd, you see a lot of empty seats. There were no empty seats in that, during that fight. Everyone was engaged in that fight. And that's, I think,
slowly people been respecting women's boxing more.
Yeah. Now
they don't treat it as a sideshow.
It's about time.
Yeah. Honestly, it is about time, because I never looked at it that way. A fade is a fade, but you got some dudes out there, it's just they don't, because they
be like, well, she's a woman, I could do that, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are the people that don't have a healthy respect to see, if they've never been around a woman actually boxing in the gym or have actually trained alongside one. They don't, it's not, they don't have the respect. So, I mean,
yeah, I think that's where it comes from, because they don't believe a woman could train as hard, or they've never been around it. Like when I was introduced to boxing in the gym, you had a bunch of female fighters, professionals too, that were training. So I got to see that they work just as hard as the men, had, skills, defense, all that shit, the practicing, so and this was around when Leigh Ali was fighting.
Word. Yeah, I basically had the same thing in my gym too. Like, it was a fitness model in there, but she had boxed amateur and everything like that. Now, she was annoying. Her personality was annoying, but she put in work. She was a spitfire of speed and power. You know what I'm saying? And I respected that. I just couldn't stand it though when she was in the room and she put on her music all nice and loud. And I'm over there trying to do these drills and shit. And she's talking too, but it is what it is, But I respected her, because she was grinding. But I think we are definitely in for a treat with this fight, man. Like, this fight can't disappoint unless, of course, someone happens to find each other's chin or temple or something like that, or a solar plexus, and bam.
I mean, which is a possibility with the way those girls were throwing shit. Yeah. Bad intentions on every punch.
Facts, pure facts.
Yo, and that's what you want to see. Like, they fought hard enough for a lot of men that year.
Yeah, in fact,
last year was a good year for boxing, as we're talking about.
Now imagine if we got 3 rounds of that instead of 2 rounds of that. That extra minute of bad intention.
Yeah, like the super bad fight where we got the 3-minute rounds, and that shit was outstanding,
Yeah, honestly, those were the 2 best women's fights of the year, and when you really look at the type of violence we saw in those fights, like, if you had to make a list of like the top women's bouts, those 2 definitely belong on there.
Facts, pure facts. So I mean, yeah, it's a treat, man. I honestly can't wait for this fight. And then we have the main event of the card, the whole crown jewel.
So hold on, wait, no official predictions.
Oh, okay.
Can't have a preview without the predictions.
Yeah, you're right, son. You're right. My prediction is I think Persoon will actually. I think Persoon, although she'll fight harder, but I actually think Keita will actually make the right adjustments, and she will win. She'll win a close decision. It won't be wide, but she'll win another close decision.
A little help from a plot armor is what you're saying.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly think Kate Taylor is. I mean, I'm giving her the benefit of that she will make the right. She'll make the right adjustments to counteract Persoon's like stamina and work rate and shit like that, and she'll win a close but a clear decision. That's my prediction. LB?
Sorry. I also agree. I think this one will be another close fight, but I think this one will be a clear Katie Taylor decision. I think the work rate is gonna, trouble her regardless.
Right.
But I think that, I don't think she was quite ready. Almost times looked shell-shocked, when she was fighting her, Persoon. I think this time she's a little bit more ready, and I think, like Pat said, I think she'll make the right adjustments and fight a little bit different fight to make it a little easier on her, but not that much easy. But it's gonna be a tough fight either way. But I think Taylor will get the actual W this time.
I mean, but what adjustment y'all think she's gonna make? I mean, like a footwork adjustment. Like, seemed like she was crowded the whole fight. With a punching adjustment, what the uppercut was there.
I think combination of what you said, a little bit better footwork, more spacing, and I mean, I think she can make it happen. Better footwork, definitely.
Yeah, no, footwork is key. Footwork is the key adjustment because she has to be able to get in and out with her. Like, she can't, like in the first fight, she just pretty much let herself be walked down, by her. And and that was the big thing, like why she had so much trouble. And I think this time, she'll I think that's where the adjustment will actually, will actually be. So
I mean, no, don't get me. I do think there are times where she should, a little bit of both. Like use your footwork, create distance, but at the same time, still stand your ground when need be. Don't let her just bully you.
Yeah, don't concede too much. Yeah, I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of want to go that direction. I mean, for the upsets in women's boxing going on.
Word.
I think we might get a trilogy out of this one, though.
Mm.
It's really tough because even though I'm saying I think she'll make the right adjustments. Persoon is a very tough style for her, and Persoon is very strong. Like I could tell she was much too. I thought she was the stronger fighter of the two, like physically.
She was.
So like it's hard. Like she's gonna have to be careful. Taylor's gonna have to be careful, with the adjustments that she makes.
Make sure she doesn't gas out by moving around too much. That's
yeah.
Yeah, because I felt she kind of gassed in that fight. With that said, and I'm gonna just go with Persoon. I think like this is truly a 50-50 fight. I don't think you could really argue against either way. You argue for both, but my gut just tell me Persoon gonna get this. As I'm basing this on, because a part of me feel like Taylor can make the adjustments, but then a part of me just feel like those adjustments won't be enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I say Persoon by split decision.
Okay.
And somehow we'll get a trilogy fight.
Oh, that's bold. A split decision on Eddie's front lawn, bro. That's bold. I don't know if Eddie will let that one fly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, but sometimes the boxing gods have their own way of deciding things.
Word. Yeah, and I feel that. But one thing we can all agree on, like I said, it'll definitely be, it'll be a classic fight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hold on, what day that comes on at what time?
It's in the afternoon. I'm not sure when the whole. I think
on Saturday.
I think the whole card starts at like 2 with like there's like two other undercard fights before that, 2 or 3.
I mean, I only care about that in the main event, but the thing is,
be seeming like them Hermes fights be like fucking 5 hours. So
yeah, goodness, like. Yeah,
should have started at 1 o'clock, and the main event will come on at 7. Like, bruh.
Or 6 o'clock. Or co-main start at 5. Like,
the motherfucker had to cram all his local English fighters on one card.
I'm like, dude, like that's that damn Tony Bellew, Nathan Cleverly, type of card where it's like 8 hours of boxing, like 3 robberies. Wow. And the funny thing is, I probably won't be able to see this fight live.
Oh, you got shit to do?
Yeah, like it's a bad timing for me on a fucking Saturday. Like, I'll probably see the Porter fight live, but not this one.
Ugh.
So I'll probably just turn my phone off because y'all niggas, especially Pat.
Well, nigga, if I'm telling you, if I'm saying it's a fight of the year shit, I'll just like, okay, this is fight of the year calendar.
Nah, I don't even need that.
Yeah, no, I won't. You won't hear anything from me.
So, I just have to remember that you're not watching this shit because I'd be forgetting shit.
Because you used to be the one that would like do that to me, LB, and I'd be at work and I'm like, damn it, I'm at work, and he's fucking. So I try to give the courtesy of not doing that to you.
Well, shit, I don't be knowing y'all fucking work schedules and shit. Like,
nah, it's cool.
I mean, somebody say something, I'll be like, oh, okay, my bad. But usually, he be responding like he there watching that shit too. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he's watching it right now.
Yeah, well, for now, I'll be watching. Well, I probably won't watch the Porter fight live because I'm going up, visit family. But I'll probably watch the Persoon Taylor fight on my phone. I don't really care enough to see the Porter fight live. I'll see it when I see it.
I think that's like the mentality of everyone with that Porter card. We'll talk briefly on that, later.
Yeah, very briefly, very like half a bar.
Very briefly.
But of course, like the main event though is something that will probably have some repercussions in the heavyweight division depending on who wins. We have Dillian Whyte and we have Alexander Povetkin. And this is an interim WBC heavyweight title fight. Now, what is the stakes with this fight? Now, as we all know, Dillian Whyte has actually been a mandatory for like 2 years.
Yeah, bruh's like been a mandatory for like feels like even longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as he's been calling out, Wilder, because Wilder's held the WBC belt for a hot minute.
Wilder's ducking him for a hot minute.
Yeah, and White has impressively built his heavyweight profile. So it's not like after the loss to Joshua, his only loss. He's actually beaten decent heavyweights, which keeps his name kind of hot. So it wasn't like
better resume than Wilder.
Yeah,
along with some questionable doping allegations.
Yeah, some very questionable.
Then again, I can't even say nothing because we got the actual doper on. He's facing.
Yeah, without the doping allegations, Rivas. And this is because LB called originally White beating Rivas until the doping thing, and then we don't know. And then LB is like, we don't know what the hell can he say. Like, okay, is it Rivas winning or did White fuck up? And we still don't know because they never made an official ruling on what the fuck happened.
Yeah, they kind of just waited till everybody forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then White
it seems to be a European thing where they just fucking just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, Americans we don't let you get away with shit. Like we will hound you. Motherfuckers are still getting that Shane Mosley for damn juicing. And every now and then you got that one guy talking about Rip Fuel with Roy Jones. So
yeah, America.
It is.
Yeah, no, they don't forget though. But
Dillian Whyte was a Yankee. We be going at him right now.
Yeah.
but he did win.
Yeah, he did win, but now it's kind of tainted. But like I said, his name is so hot.
Yeah, well, in this case, I'll give him the pass because we have an actual, not an alleged, we have a legit official doper that he's facing. Yeah. He's the doper that won't go away. Like he's like a nightmare on my TV that he keeps getting these damn fights.
We would have probably, the whole heavyweight division might be different because it fucked up that Wilder fight.
Yeah.
And Wilder was gonna fight this dude, so that shit low key pissed me off.
Yeah, no, and Povetkin, honestly, I never thought he would actually last as long as he has. The dude's been fighting since 2005. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I honestly never thought that he would actually last from the old era into this.
Yeah, while getting some questionable decisions along the way. Huck.
Well, I think that's his only
Huck fight was horrible to watch, though. That shit was so rough.
Yeah, it was rough, but
like a sandpaper jousting or some shit. That shit was rough.
But with that though, with questionable decisions also came very questionable, brutal knockouts. Unbelievably brutal knockouts at that. Dude was laying some cats out. You're like wondering what the fuck, and then of course you found out he's taking some new shit that even I haven't heard of, and I'm a gym rat. And I'm like, dog, what the fuck is he taking? What is this? And then
you taking them Drago drugs.
Yeah, so seriously, like
the Rocky IV juice.
Yeah.
If he dies, he dies.
Povetkin,
he juices.
And even with all that, is like he still remains like he's still, he's still a good opponent for people, and I just don't understand how he actually survived this long.
And only the best could beat him, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he had Joshua hurt. He was fucking
hurt. Joshua up for like 3 rounds.
Yeah, Joshua on ice for 3 rounds.
Right, and you're looking for people to okay, there's got to be someone between Joshua or Vlad to beat him, and he actually performed well against Michael Hunter in his last time out, even after almost getting KO'd in the first round. He actually held Michael Hunter to a draw, which is, you know, you're like, okay, Povetkin has some life, or Michael Hunter is still a little wet behind the ears. Who knows?
Yeah, it was more like Michael Hunter not as good as he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I like Hunter, so I'm still the jury's still out on him for me.
Yeah, no, I do.
Nah, I mean, he is what he is. I don't think he's horrible. I just don't think he's that great. Like, I don't think he's on a Dillian Whyte level.
But I don't. But I think he's capable of better than what we saw with him against Whyte, against Povetkin.
Yeah, I mean, he had his moments. That's the thing. Sometimes you gotta beat the guy on that night because you might not get that opportunity again. Because that fight really could have been ran back, but didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. You know, and now Michael Hunter, of course, is a free agent, and you know, Povetkin has this opportunity. So it's like, you know,
yeah, it's like who career went.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Like, damn.
You know, but Povetkin and Whyte, man, it's interesting because with this thing, with this winner, the winner should face the winner of, you know, for Fury and Wilder 3. And Fury has already let it be known that he doesn't want to face Whyte should he win, which probably means he'll probably give up the WBC belt, which means Whyte will actually be a legitimate WBC champion if that happens.
I wouldn't even be mad at it because the Whyte he done beat all the contenders. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't know. It's like he would get the belt. I wouldn't even expect him to defend it now.
Yeah,
like he did that his whole career, so it's like, all right, he just chill. Let him just chill somewhere.
Right.
You know, I don't like how Fury just like, nah, I don't want it. Like, damn, like they make Dillian Whyte seem like he's damn Ernie Shavers out here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, is he really that dangerous to people? Like, it doesn't make no sense.
He must be. Like, I mean, he got knockout power. He got some decent boxing skills. He's tough. He has a chin. He's determined. You know, decent footwork. Like, I guess all the sum of his parts, you know, make him better than what he is because nothing he does stands right out like that.
Yeah, I mean, he has a hell of a left hook. That's for one thing. His left hook is crazy. You know, but I just don't know what it is about that guy that makes people just go like, okay, no, I don't want to face him, or no, I'm avoiding this guy. Who knows? I don't understand it, but
I mean, because he hits everybody with that left hook.
He does. You know,
I don't know, but then you got guys out there who made careers. You know, they get big fights all the time, and they were just known for like one good punch.
Wilder.
Also, we had the right hand duck and the left hook. Go figure.
Oh man, but LB, man, how do you see Whyte and Povetkin playing out?
I feel like Povetkin gonna start out fast, and Whyte gonna end up fighting behind Povetkin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's gonna try to land that sneaky left hook. And then we'll really see how the fight gonna go. I think the fight's gonna turn different. We're gonna have like a Mayweather-Mosley moment.
So someone's gonna get popped in the mouth, and then afterwards they're gonna go absolutely like haywire and just start, you know, beating the other one down.
I think that's gonna happen. Povetkin, he's been around. I think, and this is what we kind of expected Michael Hunter to do, which was to kind of force the issue on him and really put punches together, and I'm talking about damaging punches together. And I think Dillian Whyte is that type of fighter where he knows how to put good shots together. I didn't really like his performance in the Chisora rematch, but you know, he has knockout power with that left hook if he catches you at the right moment. But I think he's gonna need to put more of those together for Povetkin. I don't think he's gonna do it off of one shot, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, I feel like one shot will change the fight, and then from there we're gonna see Dillian Whyte open up, and then, you know, we either gonna get a knockout or the real fight begins. Yeah,
word. I mean, hey, I'm thinking of this. I agree with you where I think Whyte is gonna fight behind Povetkin. But my thing is, I think Whyte is probably going to gas out because I mean, you know, when Whyte gasses out, he gasses out. He doesn't get a second wind.
And he gets sloppy as all hell.
Exactly, and that's where I'm thinking like he's gonna gas out, and then Povetkin will clip him when he does gas out.
I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, I just have that feeling. I don't know why I have that feeling that's gonna happen.
It'll be the worst.
I see it the other way around. I think I could see Whyte getting him out of there before that even happens.
What, when Povetkin's starting to open up because he's gotten used to Whyte fighting behind him too much, kind of like the Chisora rematch.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Cause I mean, with the exception of like Vlad, I'm just trying to think. Has Povetkin ever been down early and actually came back to actually win? I mean, I don't know.
Wasn't David Price piecing his ass up?
But, yeah.
Huey Fury was having some moments against him, but it's like he was too shook on offense. So, you know, Povetkin's one of those guys where he could lose rounds and he's capable of getting beaten, but it only, for some reason, it's the upper echelon that could actually do the whole fucking thing. Like, they just don't front run with it. They can actually say, look, we'll put together enough rounds to get the decision or hurt them and change the whole course of the fight. Like, nobody else has been doing that. I think Dillian Whyte, you know, he has the capabilities of that though.
He can, you know, and like I said, it's just the left hook too. Because I'm just thinking back to I know in the fight with Parker, I mean, he was giving Parker the business. That's why he won the fight, because he was giving Parker the business for like 8-9 rounds easy.
Gave him too much business. Got tired on the job.
Yeah, he got tired, and you know, and Parker almost came close to scoring a late round knockout. You know. And that's what I think that's part of the reason why I keep on thinking that dude will get tired and he's gonna get clipped. Because Povetkin is a tough. Like, Povetkin knows how to survive. I mean, only Joshua was actually able to put him away. I mean, he went down like 4 times against Vlad and somehow went the distance. You know.
Yeah, because Vlad never just straight up opened up on him. Like,
yeah.
Like, they was grappling and it was, oh god, that's an ugly ass fight.
Yeah, it was an ugly fight. Like, that fight should have ended in 6. I think that's where like 3 knockouts. I just don't know why the referee didn't stop that fight. But yeah, after that round, it got super ugly. Ugh. God.
Like, it puts damn Galata Ruiz to shame.
Facts.
I mean, at least we got some out of the ring, you know, coach fuckery in that, but
yeah, no.
Oh man, it was like an octopus trying to open up a slippery jelly jar.
Yeah, no, it was such an ugly fight. But like I said, he knows how to survive, you know. But now, of course, he wasn't 40. I mean, now he's like 40 or 41 now. So it's like, you know,
with a lot of miles on him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and
he might get a flat tire. He might get a flat tire early in this fight.
And then, of course, we have to make sure that he's on the level with his PEDs, and you know, because you never know with this guy. This guy has no issue, has no problem taking PEDs, especially if it's a new one that they don't have a test for yet.
Yeah, they making they downloaded some real shit over there.
Yeah, well, we'll see how he looks. Like, if he looks like, you know, dude's been like super ripped, and you're like, oh boy, this dude found something again. You know, it's.
Oh, but found some power pellets.
Yeah, no, yeah, but yeah, I think this fight's gonna be fuckery filled. Like, there's gonna be some crazy shit's gonna happen in this fight. And I think, and like I said, somebody's gonna. If it goes to distance, that means the fight was shitty. And that's flat out. If it goes to distance, that means someone wasn't applying themselves.
Yeah. Or unless both guys just end up being tougher than we expected. Or they doesn't really pull the trigger when they need to. I can see this fight going the distance, but I can see a knockout more.
Or worse.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a knockout. If it's not, I honestly would be surprised if it doesn't end in a knockout.
Or worse, they both gas halfway and they struggle to hit each other.
Yeah, which is also a very high probability that I do not want to see.
Yeah, I don't want to see that outcome.
Yeah, no.
That's how bad the Whyte last fight looked.
Yeah, oh yeah, that fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like Whyte gas is worse than Povetkin, so
he does. Yeah.
Povetkin can at least like get by even when he's gassed.
I mean, you talk about a gold medalist getting by. that boxing skills help you get by.
Yo, I always forget that Povetkin actually does have a gold medal in this shit. Like, that's
I be forgetting he has a gold medal too. He don't fight like a gold medalist.
But the funny thing is too, he won his gold medal on a walkover, I think. I'm not remember. So,
he got one though. The only gold medal we don't really respect is that Korean guy that won it over Roy.
Facts. Yes. Even the Korean didn't respect this gold medal. He won.
Like, I lost this shit. Let me just carry Roy Jones on my shoulders right now. Like, hype him up. I want to be able to go to Florida one day in the future. Niggas out there throwing phone books at your ass.
Facts. Oh man, but yeah, final prediction. Do we? So, like I said, I think that Povetkin will win by a late rounds knockout. LB.
I'm gonna go Dillian Whyte. Maybe a mid-round knockout. A part of me say like round 8 or 9. You know what? Round 8. Dillian Whyte by a knockout. Mid-rounds, but perhaps 8.
Word. P.
Dillian Whyte knockout. 6th round.
Right.
I don't think it's gonna get to the late mid rounds. Like I think White could get him out there like semi early.
I think the opportunity comes. He better go for it. Yeah. I feel like the opportunity.
I feel like he's gonna get a lot of he's gonna have plenty of opportunities to get him out of here. So.
Whether he choose to I think the opportunity is going to come somewhere between round 5 and round 9. But if we don't get something by round 9, I don't think a KO is going to happen.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, I'll say 8.
Oh no, it could be the other way around. We'll get a KO not by White, because by that time, after the 9th round, if anything, then White will leave himself openings for Povetkin to finish him.
Right. Yeah. That's why it's the late rounds knockout. Because Povetkin carries his power late into the fight. So it's White is questionable with that. Yeah. Except in the rematch fight where he actually showed stamina, and of course, the PED allegations and the failed test.
Yeah.
We know why.
Yeah. Oh man. But but I was like, finally a significant heavyweight fight, and we'll see how this goes. Like I said, because whoever wins this fight, someone's career trajectory is going to change, and that might change the way to a legitimate world title.
It's for the the fate of the heavyweight, the state of the heavyweight division. It would be more beneficial for White to win, much more beneficial.
Right. Yeah. Povetkin should be put out the patch. Like I said, this is not his heavyweight era anyway. Like I said, the fact that he's still fighting is still it's kind of pleasant, but no one has been able to get rid of him like that except Joshua. But none of the lower level heavyweights have been able to do it.
And even Joshua didn't have a walk in the park getting rid of them. He went through the fire to get rid of them.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that just tells you all you need to know about the heavyweight division and where Alexander Povetkin sits.
Yeah,
I just feel like I feel like and I could be wrong and this is why my prediction might be wrong, but my prediction is based off of the fact that we could see. I'm for some reason I'm betting on Povetkin to grow old overnight. Not really overnight, but I feel like this is going to be the fight where he shows his age.
Yeah, he's 40. It's gonna be a matter of time before someone should actually get him.
I know he's 40 years old. I don't respect my elders. But I respect the PEDs and the hustlers. No, never mind.
Yeah. Flowing for a hot minute. That's what's up.
But yeah, I'm hyped for this fight. So, who's next?